I'm Chef Cheyenne Sansom, and I'm here to talk about the ENMU Culinary Arts program. So we have a really great program here at Eastern. One of the most unique things about it is it's the only 4-year culinary arts program in New Mexico. So that means that you'll graduate with a bachelor's degree in culinary arts. And many students in our program often minor in nutrition and or hotel and restaurant tourism management. So you'll be a well-rounded student when you graduate. So I want to give you a little bit of a tour and tell you about our program while I'm doing it. So you can see that right now I'm in a classroom, and you'll start most of your classes in this room or another one like it. We talk about food theory, we talk about the science behind what we cook, and then we go into the kitchen lab and we cook. So from day one, we treat you like a professional in the industry, because that's what we are. We have a commercial kitchen here. So you're going to be wearing a chef coat. You're going to have your own knife kit. Like this, so you'll come to class every day prepared to be a chef and work in a commercial kitchen. So I'm gonna just take you on a tour of our facilities and tell you a little bit about it. So after our lecture class, you come on into our commercial kitchen. And right now we don't have any students on campus, but when we do, this place is busy and it's packed full of students. So as you can see, it's full of commercial equipment. We are a licensed kitchen, so that means that we are able to sell food to the public, and we do all the time. So this room typically has more tables. They're filled with students every day, and they're doing classes. You'll start in basic classes, so things like knife skills, like introduction to baking. You'll make soups, stocks, sauces, things like that. And once you pass those classes, you move on up to classes like French cuisine, Mediterranean cuisine, Asian cuisine, and then we also have a catering class. So that takes me on in this way. You can see more of our equipment. So we have a lot of mixers, we have a lot of equipment in this room. This is where we do most of our prep. And then we have our ovens and our stoves in that room. So follow me in here and I'll show you some more of our stuff. We have Chef Lisa working in here as well. So this is some more of our commercial equipment, some of the tools that you'll use besides the knives that you bring to class. And besides regular cooking in classes, you're going to do a lot of cooking for outside venues. So every day we have a campus childcare facility where many of the students will work to prepare the food. And then we also have a lot of catering opportunities. So on-campus catering like faculty luncheons, student events, special events. And we're even going to be catering regularly outside of campus. So we'll do things like churches. We're hoping to do a wedding, which we've done before. So lots of opportunities to make all kinds of different food and have all kinds of different customers. So when you graduate from this program, you're going to be very well-rounded. You're going to have a bachelor's degree, and you'll be able to do things like, of course, work as a chef or kitchen manager in a restaurant. You could maybe be a hotel kitchen manager. You could have a catering business, work in a bakery. Baking and pastry is my specialty. And you could also work with nutrition, so things like hospitals, daycares, child care facilities. You'll have lots of nutrition. And you'll even graduate with all the required classes to work on becoming a high school culinary arts teacher. So we have a lot of stuff to teach you, and I hope that you come on over and check out our program, and I'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Lisa Campbell. I am one of the culinary instructors here at Eastern New Mexico. I tend to be more on the savory cooking side. Some of the classes that I've taught are Asian cuisine. This semester I'm looking at Mediterranean cuisine. I'm also teaching a class on how to work around the aging population. In addition to a vegetarian class. Now I may not be a vegetarian, but as a chef, you have to learn to cook for all types of people. It's not your job to judge, it's your job to make food flavorful, tasty, and things that people like. This coming semester, in the fall, I'll be looking at French cuisine, world cuisine, and the beginning level class, which is 104, which is a really exciting class. And it's where we learn our knife skills. It's where we start off. And the class is followed right after that with 204. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going me show you a little fun way. It's a class I do in most of my beginning level classes, and that's making crepes. Why should food be boring? Food should be fun. The nice thing about crepes when you make them is that you get to sit there and show people that I can flip a crepe. And so what I'm going to do is take a few minutes to get ready, and then we're going to show you how to make crepes. Welcome back. As you've seen our facilities. You've met both me and Chef Cheyenne. I'm Chef Campbell. And what I'm going to do is show you a basic little recipe that we do in our first year. One of the reasons I like this recipe is it's a good way to show off your skills. In addition, who knows, once COVID's over, maybe you can start running your own little crepe, little tray, go to some hotel, right? Convince people you work there and start making some money. But the nice thing about crepes is that as a grandmother and mother is if you're looking for a way to gain some cash from your parents, it'd be nice to kind of slip them into the crepe and then ask them for the money. That's just a good tip. But today I've already got the ingredients, and what we're going to use is we always use a blender when you're doing crepes. They're not pancakes. You want them to be very smooth. The recipe I'm using today uses 3/4 cups of flour, 1 egg, a pinch of salt, a cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the milk in first, because I need my liquid. If I put my flour in first, what's going to happen is the liquid will end up on top of the flour, and then the flour will get more gummy. Then I'm going to add my egg. Then I'm going to add my melted butter. Now you need to let it cool for a couple of minutes. You just can't automatically add it, otherwise you're going to make a scrambled egg. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of give it a little bit of a turn. I don't want it on high. So you've got to mix there, right? You don't want it to be super fast. So what I'm going to do, normally you would add the salt to the flour, but in crepes, the ideal is not to get a salty texture. Now if I was making this as a savory crepe, like I was with mushrooms and meat, I would add the salt to the flour. So I'm going to get a little bit of salt to do that. Good mixture so it kind of incorporates it all the way through. And then slowly, with my spoon, I'm going to start adding my flour. See, just very slowly because I do want it smooth. This is not pancakes where you like them loose. Crepes are thin, unleavened, sort of like a pancake. As you can see, there's no baking powder or baking soda is in this. Okay, so here we are, adding the flour slowly, taking it off the top. Now, if you really wanted a little bit more of a sweeter crepe, I would add a tablespoon of sugar, no more than a tablespoon of sugar, because then what it will do will caramelize on the pan, and that'll make it crispy. But if you're going to add sugar, add it with the flour. Mix it with your flour. But normally at this point, I let it mix. It's really actually mixed pretty good. And then when you look down at it, you'll see that it's pretty smooth. Now at this point, I would put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour. Let it set. That way all the bubbles rise to the top and it's less likely going to be like a mess. And what I did is I, to the magic of television, I have it already pre-made. But today we also are, not about buying store-bought stuff. I do like chocolate sauce, but if we do get chance, and we do have time, we do make our own chocolate sauce. But for today, that'll be the only thing that I'm going to purchase. We have our own filling, which is made with brown sugar, cream cheese, and orange juice. We have our own strawberry sauce, which is made with basil, strawberries, and sugar. So we can control the sugar in this stuff. Now I know a lot of people like Nutella, but this isn't a Nutella thing. This is about making things from scratch. And so I have my butter going down my pans. This is actually a traditional crepe pan. But a lot of people are going to spend money on that. At our program, we can. But for a lot of you, this is probably pretty fun. So I'm going to show you in both ways. I get the pans a little hot. And then what I'm going to do is just lightly sprinkle of butter. Don't put too much on it because what will happen is you're just going to fry your tortilla. You're going to fry your crepe. I apologize for that mistake. And I'm in the middle of Mediterranean cooking, and I just did a lecture on the Spanish tortilla, which, by the way, is not what you think it is. Okay, so I'm going to let it cook there for a second. At this point, you probably wonder, what else can you do here at Eastern New Mexico University? In addition to our program, there are phenomenal students here. There's a football team, a basketball team. Our stadium is just across the way there. You can see it. It's a beautiful campus for a walk. I usually walk it every day. It's a lovely campus. Wonderful people. And the nice thing about Portales is everything is no more than 9 minutes away from each other. So it's a pretty convenient place to live too. So this one's getting going. What I normally do at this point is I would advance the water. At this point, with the water advancing, it lets me know that the pan's pretty hot. And what I'm going to do is take my brush that I have, I'm not putting butter on, I'm just move it around. And then what I'm going to do is roughly about 1/4 of a cup. And what you do is you go toward the top. It's about 1/4 a cup, and then you let it spin it around. Now, you won't need as much on this pan. So there you go, and you're going to let it sit there. Now this one here at the top, you have a small pan. I'd say maybe closer to, this one's closer to a 1/4 cup, and that's closer to about a little over a 1/3 cup. Okay, so I'm going to let it sit there. And then what you want to do is you want to have heat-proof rubber utensils, not metal. Because metal will, of course, scratch up the thing, but at the same time, our goal is to try to loosen it. So what I'm going to do is I'm start to see it's cooking right there. Let's go around the edges. Now the first ones are usually a little thicker than the rest because it's the first time you're doing it. What I try to do is to see if it'll loosen up. See how I need to move it while it's too heavy. See how that one's moving? That lets me know it's getting a little bit easier. And that's the goal, is to get it a little bit. Because once you cook it on this side, which is the longest, you can anywhere from about a minute to a minute and a half. So you keep checking it. See it start to do it. This one here is. And I'm going to check it one last time to make sure it's kind of golden on the other side. Now I can just flip it. That would be the easy way. But that is not what making a crepe is about. It's about doing a flip. Now this one might be a little bit harder, so I might make a mistake. But just remember, the whole point is to have fun with it, and that's why there's more batter. Don't worry about not flipping it right, because even I've made my mistake. See how it's getting a little bit lower? There you go. And then you flip it, and then, you know, this is a good thing for a date night or trying to impress somebody. You know, anything like this. And plus, it's a really delicious food. If you like the Nutella, if you like the adding the bananas and the whipped cream, that's okay too. It's just here at Eastern, we try to show you things from scratch and why things are the way they are. Flavor is super important. I mean, I can make something look beautiful, but if it's not flavorful, nobody's going to want to eat it. So right now, see how it's still moving? That means it's getting to the point of being done. So, I have my plate. And I'm going to see how it's going. So what I do is there's 2 different ways you can do a crepe. One way. Before I get further, I need to finish the other. See there? That's what you want. Okay. Well, back to the matter at hand. We were flipping the crepes, but now we need to make the crepes. I'm wearing my gloves because this is a ready-made food, and whenever you're making ready-made food, you need to make sure you're wearing gloves. So, I have my crepe, and I'm going to put it here. It just depends on what you want on it. I'm going to start with the strawberry sauce. And I'm going to spread it right here. I also have a little cream cheese, which I'm going to spread right across the side here because I want it to go on top of the strawberries and on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it. And there I have my strawberries and my cream cheese. And this cream cheese has brown sugar and orange juice to kind of bring out the flavor of the strawberries. Then I have a little chocolate sauce. I'm going to press the top. And we're going to put a little cup of strawberries. Right here. And there you go. You have a crepe with strawberry sauce. Now that's a roll crepe. Then you have a different kind of crepe. See, and we're going to do a little square. So I have Nutella, because that's what all the students do, because they like the Nutella. I have my knife. I'm going to spread a little Nutella. Just a little, it's a little messy. Alright. And now normally, what I do is I wait until I need the bananas to cut them, because the bananas can turn brown very rapidly. So what I do is I wait until right before I'm about to put them into the crepe. And I like to cut a little bit of a diagonal. I'm going to put bananas. Alright. Then I'm going to squeeze a little lemon. Trim off the seeds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it. There I have. To the side. And this one I'm going to use a little caramel sauce. And that is 2 ways to make crepes. The best part about making crepes is they're fun. You can make them in advance. They can freeze for up to about 3 months. You can also make the batter, which can freeze for about a month. It's a nice little thing to do on Saturday. It's a good way to show your skills, learning the flipping, making it your way, and every type of crepe you want to make, you can make. You can also make savory crepes. Just omit the sugar. We put mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. Crepes are a universal versatile